Hello and welcome back to your own channel Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you all the latest development happening in the defense sector.
As per the recent report published in TASS, the Russian T-14 Armata is to enter series production by 2022 and all its trials are supposed to be completed before that. This tank has been reportedly deployed in Syria as well for the desert trials in a real-world combat scenario. There are speculations in Indian media that this tank could be the topmost contender for the Indian Army's next generation main battle tank. As many of you would be aware, Indian Army has recently released an RFI for its FRCV. Talking about T-14 Armata, it is a next generation Russian main battle tank, and we can say truly Russian tank designed and developed indigenously after Soviet era. It was officially unveiled for the first time during Moscow Victory Day Parade in May 2015. The design of tank almost took 5 years and features a number of innovative characteristics, unmanned turret and APS being the prominent ones. The tank follows a modular design, which means components can be added and removed based on the requirement. For example, the same T-14 Armata platform can be used to develop Heavy Infantry Fighting Vehicle (IFV) and Armored Personnel Carrier. It has a crew capacity of 3. The crew is seated in an isolated armored capsule in the front of the hull, which also includes a toilet for the crew and cannon auto loader. The hull of the tank is divided into 3 compartments: a crew cab at forward, an unmanned remote control turret in the center, and a power pack at the rear. The driver sits in the left, gunner in the middle, and commander in the right inside a special armored capsule. 3 hatches in the front of hull is provided for entry and exit. The roof of turret houses a meteorological mast, satellite communications, global navigation satellite system GLONASS, data link and radio communications antenna. Talking about its dimension, the tank is 10.8 meters long, 3.5 meters wide and 3.3 meters high and has a combat weight of 48 tons. The tank is mounted with 125 mm smoothbore cannon with 45 rounds, out of which 32 rounds can be auto loaded. The main gun can also fire anti-tank guided missiles. There are plans to upgrade this gun to a massive 152 mm gun, which would massively boost its firepower and would be able to pierce through 1000 mm of steel. The gun has a maximum effective penetration range of 8 km with anti-tank guided missiles. The cannon can fire a wide range of ammunitions, including armor-piercing, fin-established discarding sabot, APFSDS projectiles, guided missiles, high-explosive anti-tank shells, anti-burst HE frag shells, and other types of rounds. The secondary armament consists of 12.7 into 108 mm machine gun with 300 rounds and a 7.62 into 54 mm machine gun with 1000 rounds. All the guns are remotely controlled. The tank's turret might be fitted with Shipunov 2A 42-30 mm cannon to deal with various targets, including low-flying aerial targets such as attack helicopters and planes. The T-14 is powered by a Russian diesel engine delivering up to 1500 horsepower. The engine is electronically controlled and provides operational range of 500 kilometers. It has 12-speed automatic gearbox with a top speed of 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. The T-14 has 700 mm road wheels per side based on T-80 variant. It has an impressive power to weight ratio of 31 horsepower per ton. Now, talking about the protection, the T-14's crew of 3 is protected by an internal armored capsule. Both the chassis and the turret are equipped with dual explosive reactive armor system on the front, sides and the top. The tank uses an integrated computerized control system which monitors the state and function of all tank modules. In battle, the software can analyze threats and then either suggest or automatically take actions to eliminate them, while without the external threat, it can detect and rectify the crew errors. The main feature of the tank is APS, called Afghanit. The APS includes a millimeter wave radar to detect, track and intercept incoming anti-tank munitions, both kinetic energy penetrations and tandem charges. Currently, the maximum speed of interceptable target is Mach 5 with a projected future increase of up to Mach 8.8. According to news sources, it protects the tank from all sides. However, it is not geared towards shooting upwards to defend against the top attack munitions. The APS consists of both hard kill and soft kill elements, the first of which actively destroys an incoming projectile, while second confuses the guidance system of anti-tank guided missiles, causing them to lose target lock. It is believed that APS would be effective against the third and fourth generation anti-tank guided missiles, including Hellfire, Javelin, Spike, as well as sensor-fused weapons. The manufacturers of the tank claims T-14 to be invisible on radars and infrared detection due to radar absorbing paint and placement of components with heat signatures within the hull. The turret's shape is designed to reduce its radio and thermal signature for a stealth ground vehicle. This claim is still contested by various Russian and American experts.
As per retired senior US military officer, the sensitive modern thermal technology could detect things such as vehicle movement, a weapon firing, an exposed crewman, or the exhaust of an engine capable of moving a 50-ton tank regardless of the heat generating component placement. The T-14 is equipped with 26.5 to 40 GHz AESA radar, which is used mainly by APS. Up to 40 airborne or 25 ground targets down to 0.3 meter in size could be tracked simultaneously at a range of up to 100 kilometers. The tracking system provides an automatic fire solution for destruction of the target, which can be transferred to either APS or the main gun control computers. The commander and gunner have largely identical multispectral images sights with visible electronic spectrum and thermographic channels and laser range finders. The commander's sight is installed on the turret top and has a 360-degree field of view, while the gunner situated in the turret's niche to the gun left is slaved to it and is additionally equipped with a direct vision periscopic channel and a laser designator for the T-14's gun-launched SACLOS and anti-tank missiles. The wide-angle camera fitted on the tank provides a 360 all-round visions and situational awareness for the crew. The tank is also expected to carry an electro-optical infrared EOIR-based laser warning receivers. The T-14 Armata is fitted with a computerized fire control system, which automatically formulates the fire control solution using the data from a muzzle reference system and a wind sensor mounted on the roof of the turret. The tank is also equipped with a battlefield management system. Overall, the T-14 has been described as a major concern by Western armies. The unmanned turret provides many advantages to the tank than its competitors. Even though China has shown interest in T-14, the Chinese company Norinco claims their domestic BT-4 is superior to Armata design in terms of mechanical reliability, fire control and unit cost. Pakistan Army has also procured and recently inducted BT-4 tanks into their armored unit. It is therefore has become vital for India to procure the tanks with similar capability. The only viable option at present seems to be T-14 Armata because DRDO's FRCV program is still far from developing prototype. This was today's update. Please let us know what is your views about these in comment section. Feel free to post your comments and suggestions about any topic related to defense sector on which you want to hear from us. With this, I would like to say goodbye and Jai Hind friends. Please like and subscribe our video if you have not done already. We will be soon back with more interesting and amazing development happening in defense sector.